Hey everyone, today we are jumping into something that every single US CPA firm knows and, well, dreads. We're talking about that annual, high-stress, caffeine-fueled marathon that is tax season. But what if there was a way to actually tame that chaos? Let's get right into it. So let me just ask you this straight up. If you're running a firm, does this question kind of hit a little too close to home? Do you watch your best people just get completely burned out year after year between January and April?
Okay, so before we even get to the solution, we've got to really understand the problem. Let's call it the tax season squeeze. It's this pressure cooker that honestly affects the entire industry.
I mean, look at this list. None of this is a surprise to you, right? You live these pressures. It's that sudden flood of work, those IRS deadlines that just do not move, and the simple fact that you don't have enough skilled people on hand. It's basically a perfect storm for costly mistakes and, you guessed it, unhappy clients. But what if you could strategically let some of that pressure out? A lot of forward-thinking firms are starting to look beyond their own borders for a really modern global solution, and that solution is offshore staffing. So what exactly is offshore staffing? Let's just make sure we're all on the same page here. It's really about leveraging a global talent pool. Think skilled accountants in places like India to handle all that high-volume, process-heavy work that just bogs your team down every single peak season.
All right, let's get to the good stuff. Why should you even consider this? We're going to break down 5 key advantages that can make a huge difference for your firm's bottom line, and maybe more importantly, your team's sanity.
Okay, advantage number 1, we're talking about scalability and cost effectiveness. And this chart really shows the difference. With traditional seasonal hiring, right, you're locked into high fixed costs, a really tough recruitment process, and then that painful process of layoffs after April. But the offshore model, it's totally different. You pay only for what you need, you can scale up or down whenever you want, and you get access to a skilled talent pool without any of those long-term commitments. It's all about financial agility right when you need it most. Advantage number 2 flows right from that flexibility, just getting the work done faster. We're talking about a much quicker turnaround on all those high-volume, super repetitive tasks that just eat up your team's valuable hours. So what kind of work is really perfect for this? Well, think about the stuff you'd love to delegate. All the time your senior staff spends on data entry, basic tax return prep, endless reconciliations. By offshoring these tasks, you free up your local experts to do much higher value work. And that leads us right to what might be the most important benefit of all. Advantage number 3 is all about protecting your most valuable asset, your people. This is how you seriously reduce that crippling stress and burnout for your in-house team. And just look what happens when you delegate all that grind. Your in-house experts can finally shift their focus. I mean, imagine them spending 70% of their time on strategic advisory work and another 20% on those really complex client issues. The high-value work they actually trained for. Okay, advantage number 4 is a big one: improved accuracy and compliance. Because let's be real, speed means nothing if the work is wrong. When your team is rushed and totally overworked, the risk of errors just skyrockets. A dedicated offshore team really helps bring that risk way down. And that accuracy isn't just an accident, it's built into the process. Good offshore teams are trained in US GAAP and IRS regulations. They use really thorough review processes, and they have a singular focus on just getting the bookkeeping right. All of this just drastically reduces your firm's risk. And here's where it all comes together. All these internal benefits, the scalability, the speed, a happier team, better accuracy, they all lead to our 5th and final advantage: a much, much better experience for your clients. When your firm isn't drowning, your clients notice. Big time. Your responsiveness goes way up. Filings get done on time or even early. The work is more accurate. This is how you build loyalty and make sure clients come back year after year. It turns a seasonal chore into a real long-term relationship. Okay, so the benefits are pretty clear, but how do you actually make this work? Let's walk through a simple little playbook for success. It really boils down to 4 key steps. First, plan ahead. Don't wait until January to get started. Second, assign the right kind of tasks. You want to focus on standardized, high-volume work. Third, use the right tech. We're talking cloud software that makes collaboration a breeze. And finally, you got to monitor performance to make sure you're getting the quality and value you expect.
Now, I know what a lot of you are probably thinking. It's the big question that always comes up, and frankly, it's the most important one. Yeah, but is my client-sensitive data secure?
It's a critical concern, for sure. Any offshore partner worth their salt has to have key security measures baked in. This means secure cloud platforms, role-based access so people only see what they absolutely need to, data encryption, and just a whole culture of compliance. Security has to be completely non-negotiable. So let's just bring this all home. The final takeaway. This is all about transforming your firm's busiest season from a time of stress and just trying to survive to one of smooth, seamless execution.
The source material we reviewed really puts it perfectly. It says offshore staffing is a game changer for U.S. CPA firms facing peak tax season challenges. And it really is. This isn't just some temporary fix, it's a fundamental shift in strategy. So we'll just leave you with this one last question to think about. As you reflect on the chaos of last tax season, just ask yourself, could this be the strategy that finally transforms your firm's experience? Thanks for watching.